Welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast. Today we're doing a little award show. I'm Landon. I'm joined by Joe, Jack, and Gabe. In this episode, we're handing out 9 player-oriented awards. But the catch is, rather than just handing them out to the whole NBA, we are just focusing on Thunder players. The awards range from MVP to my personal favorite, the Warm Seat Award. How this will work is we'll be mixing our personal votes with a fan vote. After I open the envelope and reveal the winners, we'll break down why we chose the players we chose. We ran a little Instagram story poll to calculate the fan vote, and that will count as 1 vote, and all our votes will also count as 1 vote. So we'll have 5 votes total, and the player that picks up the most votes will win the award. First up, we have the Most Valuable Player Award.
I guess we just go down the line here. Got the
look at that envelope and everything.
And the winner by unanimous decision is none other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
What?
Damn.
I went with Shai. I don't really think I have to do any explaining.
Yeah, I was pulling for the underdog, but I went with Shai. He is the actual MVP of the league, so Shai.
My MVP is also Shai. Easy.
I mean, I had Alex Dukas written down, but I erased it at the last second.
Yeah, I was rooting for that.
He
was a close second.
He was a really close second. I mean, it came down to the advanced metrics. Shai just pulled it off. But yeah, no, pretty straightforward here. I mean, like Joe said, he's not just the MVP of OKC. He's the MVP of the league. So, yep.
On to the next award. We have the Offensive Player of the Year. This award recognizes the Thunder player who dominated on the offensive end of the floor and was constantly producing points and facilitating plays.
Let's see it.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. Look at that.
So professional.
And again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Whoa!
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I can't really disagree with that one. When you're leading the league in points per game, it's a little hard not to choose you as the best offensive player on the team.
Yeah, one of the best scoring seasons I've seen in a while. Led the team in points. Also leads the league in points against other top 10 teams. So just absolute beast.
Yeah, most 40, 50, 30, 20-point games this year in the whole league. So obviously he's the Thunder's Offensive Player of the Year. But
yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a scorer like Shai in a very long time. I mean, no one's able to get to their spots as consistently as him. The guy can score from any point of any area on the court. Really, it feels like we've talked about it before. He'll just start practicing threes sometimes. I mean, the guy gets what he wants, so it's pretty easily one of the best offensive players. Again, Alex Dukas close second.
I'm not gonna lie, I had Dukas that time, but I didn't want to be the odd man.
You could have told me. I would have thrown in a vote.
You folded under pressure, Joe.
I did.
Doubled up.
All right, up next, switching to the other end of the floor, we have the Defensive Player of the Year award. This award recognizes the player that was shutting down opponents, setting the tone on the defensive end, bringing versatility, and impacting the game significantly. I think we can come to a consensus on this one, but we'll throw out some names, maybe some honorable mentions. We have Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Aaron Wiggins. It's hard not to give some other guys a shout when you're the number 1 rated defense in the league.
It's like 80% of our roster.
Yeah. There you go. So much suspense.
I just think he's nervous.
It's Lou Dort.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Well deserved.
I mean, his ability to just stop players that would normally drop 30 on your average NBA team, and even sometimes you'd catch him this season holding star-level players under 10 points, and that's just ridiculous for a 48-minute game. That's insane. So can't disagree. Lou Dort, my pick.
Yeah, I also went with the best defender in the game, Lou Dort. But I give a huge shout out to Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, J-Dub, Chet, iHeart. This really should be a team award, but Lou Dort's at the end of the day is going to be guarding the number one player on the opposing team, so you got to go with him.
Yep.
Yeah, the best defense ever, really. Bro, he's so good. Like, we put him on the toughest matchup every time, 1 through 4, doesn't matter. And it's not even the percentage or the points that go down. It's the shots or the time with the ball in the hand. They just sit in the corner. They don't want any of it. Like, these guys are faking injuries to get out of it. Like, it's obvious. Lou Dort's the best defender in the league. He should win DPOY in the real world, so we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's pretty it's a good testimony when you hear not fans saying it, but players saying it. There's a lot of players that say that Lou Dort's one of the most aggressive, most difficult defenders to play against. I mean, that's a pretty big shout out from specifically players are the ones going against him. So I think it's pretty straightforward. But like Joe said, this is a team award. I mean, our defense is insane, but at the end of the day, Lou's the one that's been he's been doing this.
You know, even Luka Doncic said he's the best defender in the world.
Yeah, and that's a lot. Okay,
and that's praise. I mean, I hate the guy, but
yeah,
possibly the best offensive player in the world. You know, so I don't think he is, but
he's up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, we have the Clutch Player of the Year award. Some mentions here are Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace, and Aaron Wiggins. This award honors the player who thrived in clutch situations, delivering game-winning shots, plays, and stops.
I'm interested for this one.
And
Jack's sitting there rubbing his hands together like a damn villain.
I know who it is, but I don't know if everyone else is on the same page as me. So
all right.
The Clutch Player of the Year is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Please.
Actually, on the fan poll, it was actually closer than you would think. There was a lot of Aaron Wiggins shout-outs.
That's funny.
But I'm also gonna go Shai because this team would be down, look like they're in the hole in the fourth quarter a lot. Shai would come in, ignite the offense, and we would kind of just run away from the other team and win basketball games. And there's nothing more clutch than a player coming in, leading comebacks, and helping the Thunder to win basketball games.
Yeah, this is another tough award, jokingly, but it's hard to have a Clutch Player of the Year when you don't have that many clutch games.
Yeah, that too.
But you got to go Shai. He's the closer. I'd like to give a huge shout out. If I had to have a number 2, I would have went with Aaron Wiggins this year. I think Aaron Wiggins had some really big shots, some really big fourth quarters. But yeah, Shai's got to get most of these awards.
Well, I went with Aaron Wiggins. I don't know if it's just because Shai doing clutch stuff is just Shai, and I'm not too it's just normal Shai. But I think every time, which wasn't a lot, maybe 5 games this season, that we're in clutch situations. Aaron Wiggins always pulled through, but against the Knicks really comes to memory. But he's just always a reliable second scoring option if Shai was shut down. Because when we were losing, it's normally because Shai was on and off night, and we needed someone to step up, and he would come up big. And so that was my thought process for it. So
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think either way, in my opinion, it goes to Shai, but I kind of redefined my thoughts of clutch in this situation. A lot of times people talk about clutches in the last 5 minutes. To me, it was those really close games where we really needed a clutch run, and that's where Shai would come in. So in my opinion, in situations like that, that's what I defined as clutch. Moments where we might have been struggling the first 2 quarters, halfway through the third quarter, we're still struggling. Then Shai goes on a 14-0 run by himself. That's clutch. So either way, though, I think if you're also talking about those last 5 minutes, there's no one I'd rather put the ball in the hands of. So, but yeah, tough one.
Yeah, that was a lot better than the gimme ones that we started off with.
Yeah, the MVP.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Most Improved Player Award. This honors the Thunder player who took the largest jump this season from last season, elevated their game, whether it's scoring, defense, or playmaking, and positively impacted the team's success. Some candidates here are J-Dub, Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Jay Will, and Kenrich Williams. Without further ado, we got the MIP award. Aaron Wiggins.
Oh, there it is.
That's who I went with personally, just because of the jump he took offensively. I mean, he's a great player defensively with his size, length. He should be a good defender, especially since he's athletic. He can guard a lot of positions. I would argue he can guard 1 through 4. And then he hit a lot. Like, we gave him the honorable mention in the Clutch Player Award because he just hit a lot of big shots for us this season. He helped lead scoring runs, especially when Shai was off the bench. We kind of needed some scoring to complement Shai when Shai was sitting the bench, and that was very beneficial for us to have him take that step up on offense this year. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went with Wiggins.
For as much as I pulled for Wiggins all season long, I actually didn't cast a vote for him. I originally went with Isaiah Hartenstein, but then I was like, all right, he wasn't with the Thunder last year, but I think Hartenstein improved his game from the Knicks to Thunder an insane amount. But my vote actually ended up going to Cason Wallace. I think Cason Wallace is a bona fide starter now on many teams in this league. I think he's electric defensively, and he's really come along offensively as well. But I could fully see why Aaron Wiggins got this vote. He was one of our top. I think he is one of our top scorers now on this team. So it's pretty impressive. I'll give it to him.
I do want to say before Jack goes, it was a landslide vote fan wise. Aaron Wiggins basically swept this one. There was maybe 2 other votes that weren't Wiggins, but yeah, dominated.
Yeah, well, I think the most improved player has to go to someone who's improved, not a rookie who's got better. Or I've had a lot of talks about it with the Cade most improved debate. I don't think he should win it in the real one, just because he was the number 1 overall pick and improving. So that's why I don't think Cason deserves it. But I went with Wiggins because his points almost doubled. Hella more, way more minutes, 15.7 to 22.9 increase. Points up. He's just reliable. But that jump really took us the next level offensively, and having that 3-point shooting off the bench, just the scoring is really key to this season's success. And he's doing it all whilst being a really good defender. So shout out Wiggs.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys on this team that it's easy to just love what they've done this season and what they've been doing for us in the past. And for that, I mean, obviously I love Aaron Wiggins, but Joe, you and I connected in the brain again, man. I also voted for Cason. What did it for me this time was less of the stats that you're looking at straightforward for me. I mean, the stats were good, but it was what I was seeing from him. It was significantly more. He just felt more mature in his decision making. There were a lot of times last year where I would get genuinely standing up, yelling at my TV because Cason Wallace would put his head down and drive and throw the ball off the backboard. Nothing made me more mad than that shit. This year, it felt like he was really starting to learn how to be in the NBA offensively. Defensively, the guy's incredible. But I don't know. Cason just I guess I figured it would be Aaron Wiggins, and I wanted to give a little bit of a different choice. So, Cason, I'm just a big fan of what we've got from him this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So was that a 3-2?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because you two, and then the fan, and then Joe and I had Cason.
Nice. I like it. Next up, we have the Rookie of the Year award. It's recognized as the top first-year Thunder player who made an impact, whether it was shooting, defense, anything above. Options are kind of limited here. You got AJ Mitchell, Dylan Jones, not to fail to mention Alex Dukas, Brandon Carlson,
Malachi Leons, Alex Reese.
The whole squad.
Yeah, but
shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And the Rookie of the Year winner is none other than AJ Mitchell, even with limited games.
Well,
I'm waiting.
Yeah, personally, I mean, kind of sucks that he had, missed so much time because he's actually an amazing player. He's going to be great for this team. I hope he could really make an impact in the playoffs. If you go back and watch his games before he got hurt, I mean, he was really coming along nicely, and his last few games he played pretty well as well. So I'm super excited to see, what kind of minutes he gets in the playoffs, if any. But definitely excited for his career with OKC.
Yeah, this isn't not to knock Dylan Jones, but I mean, kind of what his role is just an all-around player who does a little bit of everything, but I just never really saw him take a jump by the end of the season. And then AJ Mitchell was just an absolute shock. I thought he had potential to be good, but his ability to just be the play initiator off the bench before he went down with the toe injury, unfortunately. He did play a few games to close out the season, though. Looked a little bit shaky at first, but it did look like he was getting back in stride in his last game. In the last game he played, Mark Daniels said he could kind of be a tool during the playoffs, so it'd be cool to see if they can integrate him into the playoff rotation. We'll see how it goes. I'd love for him to get playoff minutes, so I think that'd be awesome.
I just want to say one more thing, Jack, real quick. I mean, this kid is really good. I went back and watched some film on him the other day just because I'm a nerd for OKC and whatnot, but I'm so impressed with his shot making, and I'm super impressed with his playmaking ability. I mean, you don't see that much from a rookie. I didn't expect anything of this guy when he first came into the league this year. I was like, this would be a guy who doesn't get minutes at all, but I think he could really be a focal point for this team. I'm serious. I think he could be a perfect 6, 7, 8 man. I mean, we have 20 people on this team who could be a 6 man. So, but yeah, I'm super excited to see how they play him.
Yeah, it was great to have that backup ball handling when Shai was off because someone needed to fill in Giddy's role, and he just clicked with every player. His oops to Hartenstein felt like they've been playing for years, but he's first year in his NBA and Hartenstein's first year in Thunder. So, but yeah, obviously no-brainer here. Very limited rookies this year. Our main pick is injured, so just battle of the two really. Shout out Brandon Carlson though.
Absolutely. Yeah, my favorite thing about the AJ pick is it's just that little reminder that even when OKC is absolutely dominant and don't have a crazy high pick, we still manage to pick somebody that's an absolute diamond in the rough. This Sam Presti, man, there are not enough words in the English dictionary that can explain how good of a GM this guy is. He just finds players. And Joe, you kind of mentioned the shot making ability. I couldn't agree more. It's also the shot creating ability. The guy creates. I mean, he's just such a shifty, quick player. I think a lot of people were, and I was in this category too. A lot of people were really hyped about Rob Dillingham coming into this year. I feel like AJ literally took exactly what Rob was supposed to be, this shifty, smaller guard, and Minnesota just won't play Rob. I don't know why. Rob's a great player. I'd love to see him get minutes, but AJ's just filled expectations and gone above and beyond. So I feel like this was pretty easy. But like Jack said, shout out those other guys. Definitely shout out Brandon Carlson. Bro is real fun to watch.
Definitely. So next up, we have the Newcomer of the Year award, which will recognize the first-year Thunder player who brought the biggest impact, whether it's by way of trade, free agency, or the draft. It's kind of a two-man race here. I think we know who it's between. It's between Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso. The newcomer of the year is Isaiah Hartenstein. I went with Hartenstein. People were a little not frustrated, a little concerned at the amount we paid him when we first signed him. There was a little bit of a crowd that was a little worried about the price. I would pay every penny. I mean, the value he brings when he plays on the floor, the rebounding, the passing, the hustling, the energy he brings and plays with. I mean, this guy has Thunder written all over him. He's like the Thunder player. And to have the Thunder's biggest weakness last year was rebounding. So to have that rebounding in our possession, that's going to be huge come playoff time against good rebounders. To be able to win the rebound battle, get more shots up on the offensive end, second chance points will be huge. So, yeah, I mean, that's not to knock Caruso, though. Caruso was an awesome addition.
Yeah, no knock to Caruso. I also voted Isaiah Hartenstein. Remember in the offseason, I couldn't believe we signed him. I didn't think OKC was going to make that splash. Obviously, not only was it a great signing, I mean, he has become an excellent basketball player. Wasn't expecting him to be this good for us, especially when Chet was down. He picked it up. I mean, the rich just keep on getting richer with this guy, and with Caruso as well. I mean, he's going to be so great in the playoffs. I think he's going to be the reason why we won the NBA Finals this year, or one of the many reasons. But Hartenstein signing is just probably the best signing we've ever had, to be honest.
The best signing, easily.
There you go.
Not probably.
I mean, I was watching him in the playoffs last year with New York, and I was like, man, I wish we could get this guy. Started manifesting it every day on the story. I don't know if you guys saw the Batman gif and Hartenstein every single day. And I remember waking up at 6 a.m. My phone was going crazy, and we had signed Isaiah Hartenstein. I went to school so happy, man. Best signing. It's just everything we needed, like rebounding, size. Bro, so good for us, and I'm just happy we got him. Just a difference in his rim protection, but the rebounding, no longer a problem. We don't really have any weaknesses anymore. I mean, he's everything we need. And his chemistry, like him and Casey Wallace's chemistry is so fun to see. Just a great guy. Yeah, easily the newcomer of the year.
Yeah, for sure. I want to start on the other side first. Everyone that's like going crazy about did OKC pull the trigger too quick on trading Giddey and not getting good trade back? That is what we call, I don't know if people are aware of this, but there's something called a win-win trade where both teams win. I think you need to like break down that concept for some people, because a lot of people seem to forget that. We absolutely also won that trade. Caruso, Giddey would not have flourished into what he's doing right now, and good for him. I'm glad he's playing good. But Caruso adds so much to this team. Like there was a little sliver of me that wanted to vote for him for this, but then getting into what Hart's done for this team is just, you can't even, you could do a whole episode just talking about how much we like Hart and how much he's brought to this team. My big thing for how much we paid him when we signed him was, we have the money. We don't need anything else. Why not use it? Use that money to make sure that no one else is getting him. I mean, it's not like we were the only team that wanted him. He was a high agent. Like, people wanted that player. So if we have the money and we have everybody we need, go all in. I mean, the guy deserves it. And talk about a motive to play better. I mean, what a motivational factor for Hart. Getting that huge bag, like, that is motivation right there. Whether you want to admit it or not, like, that's something that at the end of the day, this is a business. Like, they're getting paid, they're feeding their families, this is how they live. So when you give a player that much money, there's a new kind of stigma there you're expecting a lot out of this guy. And Hart's, like Joe said, done much more than what I expected. He's been a lot better than what I could have asked for. So it's got to be Hart, in my opinion. But I adore what Caruso's done for this team.
Yeah, you couldn't have put it better, to be honest. Oh, for the next one, Swan really, there's not nominees for it. It could really go to anyone. It's subjective. We have the Teammate Award. This honors the Thunder player who best embodies the team spirit, leadership, and selflessness, uplifting the squad with positivity.
It's a good one. This is a fun one.
Teammate Award goes to Jay Will. I mean, I can't. The fan vote was basically a sweep for Jay Will. Everyone loves Jay Will. The guy always has a smile across his face. He's kind of the emotion of the team, like always cheering guys on, even if it's a new player. Like Brandon Carlson comes in, he's rooting for him. Even before that, Malachi Leon's, Alex Reese, he was rooting. He had those guys back, and he was rooting for him. And just like the sincereness, the ability to just get behind his guys and be the perfect. I mean, he is the perfect teammate. Like, he just uplifts everyone around him, and that makes it hard to move on from him. Well, he's been great this year too. He's taken a jump this year, but it makes it hard to move on from a guy like that when you have a piece like that who just motivates everyone around them. I mean, that's valuable, especially to a championship contending team.
Yeah, he kind of runs the bench crew. Seems funny as hell. Great guy. Everyone loves him. Always got a smile on his face. Always rooting for his guys. But then on the court this year improved as well. Had some, 3 triple-doubles this year in 3 starts. Had some big moments in key games. The Denver game not too long ago, played excellent in. Can't vote anyone else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you really can't.
If this award was for bench energy, it would go to a different person, and that person I want to give a shout out to is Dylan Jones. Every single game I'm watching, because obviously we watch the Thunder, so if something happens on the court, you got to zip your eyes to the bench to see what's going on there, because it's a fun team. And Dylan Jones is always there, holding his guys back, jumping, laughing. So he came to mind when I was thinking of teammate. But as for the best teammate, it's obviously Jalen Williams. Just a great guy. So holly and jolly. I've never seen someone smile so much while playing basketball. Like he's just happy to be there, and I just love that for him. Like it's just great. So yeah, shout out J Will.
Couldn't have said it better. Holly and the jolly. I mean, come on, that's exactly what this guy is. Like, and it's the post game interviews. It's just him, just his existence, the TikToks, the video. Like the guy is he's just a good dude. Like you can't not enjoy what he's doing. You can't not enjoy the way that he acts. So like when it comes to being a teammate, I think everybody on this team is an absolutely incredible teammate. But I think J Will's kind of he's a little bit of the spokesperson, you know.
The glue guy.
Yes, he's the glue guy.
And he's been nominated for Teammate of the Year for the Atto NBA Award. So
that helps too.
Obviously. Yeah. Good to see him recognized.
Oh, for sure.
Got to save the best for last. We can't leave out the guys sitting on the end of the bench and bringing that energy. I like to call them the bench mob. We've got the Warm Seat Award. This award recognizes the two-way or end-of-the-bench Thunder player who makes the most out of their limited minutes and just enjoys their time out there on the court. And our candidates are Brandon Carlson, Adam Flagler, Alex Dukas, Malachi Leons, and Alex Reese. The winner of the Warm Seat Award goes to Brandon Carlson, and that's also who the fan vote went to, is Brandon Carlson.
There you go.
I agree. He actually won us a game or not won us, but he played a big role in winning us a game this season against the Cavs. His threes kind of propelled us to I would agree. His threes were huge in that game. And he's also just like a fun player. It's always fun to just have a 7-foot guy who can launch threes. And his form is smooth. Like typically a 7-foot guy who can shoot threes has an ugly, jacked up jump shot, but he actually has a pretty shot. So for sure. I agree here. Brandon Carlson.
Yeah, give me Brandon Carlson for sure. Took down the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference all by himself, all alone, no help. But fun guy to watch. Fun guy to root for. I hope he could stay, on the team as long as possible, but I'll be rooting for him wherever he goes.
As I just mentioned about Dylan Jones, he was up there when I was thinking about it. Brandon Carlson was up there. He definitely makes the most of his minutes, and I've been rooting for him all year, advocating for more minutes. But for me, this goes to Alex Dukas. When Giddey got traded, I was devastated. I love Caruso. Happy for that. I love Giddey as well. But he also represents my area of the world. So I was like, oh, no, what's going to happen now? No representation. Alex Dukas comes in, Aussie. I love it. So, no, but he's been really promising. And, yeah, he seems to gel well with the guys. But
fair enough.
I'm just happy he's on the team. Like, it's a team of 18 people, including the two-ways. And I don't dislike a single one of them. Like, these guys are all just cool, Like, I'm rooting for all these guys. Like, yeah. This award could have gone to any of them. Shout out Brandon Carlson.
Yep. Now I'm going to start this off by saying I may or may not have misunderstood the category. That being said, I'm going to still defend this guy. So we're talking about someone who makes the most of their minutes, right? That could mean you're scoring, you're doing a good job, you're doing good with your minutes. Maybe you're just a good hype guy. Nobody put up more shit than Adam Flagler, bro.
Bro, low key, I had him at second.
He was making use of his minutes, man.
I mean, I did throw in enjoys their time on the court. I mean, that guy enjoys his time on the court.
That dude enjoys his time on the court. I mean, he's putting the shots up like it's life or death. That man is enjoying his time on the court. So I will defend
I respect
Adam Flagler. Shout out to Joey Colbert for that one. I hope he's listening to this episode.
Yeah, hopefully.
Shout out Baylor University.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Adam Flagler, let it fly.
Hell yeah. I mean, he was my number 2. So
Dude,
I can't be mad at that.
making the most of his time in one way or another.
Well, that wraps up the 2024-2025 BTT Awards. Now we'll transition into a little
Yes.
a thing I would argue has more importance than some awards.
I mean,
let's talk playoffs, and I think Gabe's going to lead the charge on this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, playoffs are obviously important. We're coming up on those, but at the end of the day, it's important to just discuss what we enjoyed from the season, hand out some awards. That's always fun.
True.
But yeah, let's get talking about what really kind of is going to matter a lot here coming up, and that's tomorrow's play-in game, which is going to be the 8-seed Grizzlies versus the 10-seed Mavericks to determine who our Oklahoma City Thunder will play in the first round. Now, obviously, we can break down the matchup itself first, just kind of talk about them against each other. We'll also talk about, who do we want between those two teams? Which team we'd rather play? How do we think we'll win? We'll win, but how do we think we'll win? You got to make sure you mention that as well. But let's just talk about the matchup first. Grizzlies versus the Mavericks. Obviously, Grizzlies had a great showing, just not quite good enough. Had the unfortunate draw of going against a really hot Golden State team. Just couldn't quite pull it off. As for Dallas, they kind of, took care of business against a Kings team that's not had much of an identity this season. So now we get the Grizzlies Mavericks series. What do you guys think? How's this one going?
I'd love to start this one off.
Yeah.
I can't really choose a winner. 50-50 split. I think Dallas might pull it off. They look pretty good against Sacramento, but that was also against Sacramento. And Memphis looked good against the Warriors. I thought Memphis was going to get steamrolled, but they put up a fight until that 5-second violation that screwed them. I'd actually prefer to play Memphis. I think we sweep Memphis. I think Dallas might get one against us, to be honest. They might just have one shooting night and dominate on the inside, and they could get one. But we'll see how it goes. I prefer Memphis, but either way, both of these teams are getting absolutely embarrassed. Like I hope it's to the point where they just don't want to play basketball ever again.
Yeah. I think it's easy that the Mavs will win because a playing game is when the stars come out. The guys who you need to win, they show up. Memphis don't have any of those players, let's be real. Mavs have a couple, but I'm not scared of the Mavs, but I would rather play the Grizzlies. I just can't be bothered reversing PJ Washington and Spencer Dinwiddie and seeing them drop 30 points for no reason at all. But either way, Mavs, we got that in 5, 4, whatever.
Right, yeah.
I think I want the Grizzlies. We swept them over the season. I've said it. I've said it before. I think we do basically everything they do except better. I think a big X factor in the head-to-head game will be Zach Yee, though, surprisingly enough. He had 17 rebounds against the Warriors. The Mavericks have size with Gafford, Lively, and Anthony Davis. So it will be big for Edey to win that rebound battle and continue to grab a lot of rebounds because that would be big for our series, too. We would need Isaiah Hartenstein to fight for boards because that's a lot of size to deal with and a lot of good rebounders.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, kind of just a broken record here, but I agree with you guys are saying. I'd rather get Memphis. Regular season has told the story of that one. It wouldn't be. I think that would be not just a sweep. I think we'd win every game by a minimum of 15. I just don't think it would even be close. I mean, they got some good players. I like Ja. They're just not. They just can't hang with us. There's no way. Dallas, I'm not afraid of them by any means. I just don't want to have to break another TV remote when PJ Washington averages 30 points.
Yeah.
Even if we sweep them, I cannot watch that man torment this team again. So I just don't even want to see him. I didn't want to give him a chance.
I'm changing my pick. I want Dallas.
You want Dallas now?
I want Dallas.
You want Dallas?
Yeah, no, screw that. Actually, I want Dallas. I want to
Smoke.
absolutely kill PJ Washington.
Yeah.
I want Dallas fans to be in denial about their loss, and I want them to be like, "Oh, well, we didn't have Kyrie. We didn't have Kyrie." I want their season to end bad. I want them to make the playoffs and get swept by OKC. I want them to reminisce on this season for years and years to come about losing a top 3 player for the next 15 seasons, a Hall of Fame player already. And then we'll beat his ass too. So, yeah, give me Dallas first round.
Joe just took the dagger and shoved it a little deeper
No,
there.
yeah, I just got fired up. I could smell playoffs. I don't care who it is, but give me Dallas.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it does not matter.
Absolutely. I think between the two teams when they play tomorrow, I think a lot of it's going to come down to Clay. I feel like Clay is much more important than people realize. They just kept.
I'm sorry. I just thought about Najee Marshall and Klay Thompson being the X factors for this team.
I mean, the thing with Clay though is like they kept flashing that stat of the last time they were in a game like that and things didn't go so well. But then he has a great game, and he had I believe 16 or 18 at halftime. Like he had a good game. I think he's important to that team at this point. Which, I mean, it is kind of laughable as Joe just demonstrated that's a pretty big X factor for them. But it is. I mean, it really is. So if Clay comes out with the same type of hot streak he had, I do think they take care of the Grizzlies. I think Memphis is just an all-around better team. I mean, obviously the record tells you that, but I do think Memphis is better. It's just going to come down to, can you contain Anthony Davis well enough, and can your other guys step up? Can Bane come through? Can Ja come through? Is Jaren going to do anything with AD on the court? So it'll be interesting to see. Either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, OKC in 3.
I'd like to.
I do.
Go ahead.
I do want to mention Ja Morant had a little self-inflicted ankle roll against the Warriors. He kept playing. He pushed through. They stretched his ankle out on the bench. He looked a little wobbly. So I don't know what his mobility is going to look like in this game against the Mavericks. But also, I do want to mention the Memphis – I don't know if it's the new coach or if they're just playing out of pace, but they had 19 turnovers against the Warriors. They play that sloppy of offense against the Thunder. It's not going to be pretty for them against the Thunder's defense. We will torment them on the defensive end of the floor if they are that sloppy.
Yeah, you can double that turnover number.
We're sweeping Memphis. We're sweeping Dallas. I'll give one more reason why I want Dallas. Teams in the playoffs need someone to go to down the stretch. Anthony Davis has never, ever been that person in his whole career. When he was with the Lakers, he was outstanding for 3 quarters, and he goes missing in the 4th. That's who this guy is. You can go watch games. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So it's either going to be Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, or Najee Marshall. I'll take my chances with those guys, and I'll take the sweep.
Okay, Najee Marshall does make me laugh. I'll give you that one. That one makes me laugh. When Najee Marshall is an X factor, that's a problem. So, yeah, I mean –
Najee Marshall is not going to be making me laugh when he's got 40 points in the first game.
If he has 40 points in the first game, come back to this episode. I will stop watching basketball.
Well, I can guarantee you Najee Marshall has a 20-point game in that series.
I'll take a 20. Don't double that. do not even joke about giving us 40 because I will lose it, dude.
He's not giving us 40. We're the best defensive team in the league.
Yeah, well, PJ Washington has a word.
Let's bring it back. Bring him back. We're different.
I reckon we play the Mavericks at Najee Marshall guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. If we play the Grizzlies, Scottie Pippen Jr. guard Shai.
Maybe Bane.
I don't think. Well, no one's stopping him anyway, so you might as well just chuck your worst defender on him.
I want to embarrass Dallas in Dallas. That's what I want.
That's who the Grizzlies had guarding Curry though, is Scottie Pippen Jr. And I watched that game and he did a decent job. He's decent.
Yeah, Shai's quite a bit taller than Curry. Different game as well.
No one
much more inside than Curry.
You just don't guard Shai. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
Like I'm not saying that you can guard Curry either. Curry can get hot, and there's not a single player on this planet that can stop him. But Shai's just got so many ways of breaking down his defender that you need to be at least a veteran, a well-versed defender to even have a chance of keeping him to less than 20 at half.
You know, one thing I'm happy about is the Mavs traded Quentin Grimes, because that guy would
true.
scare me in a playoff series. I'm telling you.
Quentin Grimes is a bucket. That is an underrated player right there.
Nobody scares me. Nobody scares me.
One question that kind of jumps out to me is: do you think we go double big to start against either of those teams?
Dallas,
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I think that's we've been saying all season. That's one of the teams that we would be okay with the double big because it makes sense. Like it just does.
And then Memphis, you could chuck any 5 guys who play basketball at them will win, so it doesn't matter.
Any 5 guys who play basketball.
Yeah, this is John Morant's last year on
name
Memphis.
generator and chuck them out.
Our double big might actually be more flawless though, because they haven't had as much time to work Anthony Davis into their system, but we've had more time to kind of get that.
They're super confusing. They're super confusing. I don't know why they even brought him back. AD, I'm talking about Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Give me either. I'm excited to see who it is. I can't wait to get this rolling on Easter Sunday. Nonetheless,
it's almost like Nico Harrison saw the writing on the wall. Oh, my job's on the line. Let's slip AD back into the rotation. Let's actually start trying to win basketball games.
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting to say the least. I'm definitely. I don't know. It'll be a good game overall tomorrow. I'm excited to see who pulls it off. It's just kind of like, I don't know. You're just deciding who gets to be the lamb to slaughter. So it's not going to make a difference in the end.
I will say the first game of the series will be the toughest one because these teams are coming off of, they've been still consistently playing every other day.
Yeah.
We haven't been playing. We won't be playing till Sunday.
Right.
So we just got to get through that first half of that first game, and then the rest will be done.
It also tells a lot about it tells a lot about our identity going into the playoffs. I mean, obviously we've been watching all season. We've been an incredible team, but playoffs are different. You know, we might see different things that Mark's been hiding. We might see different lineups that Mark's been holding back. So not only is that first game important because it's us kind of getting back into it, it's also important because it's going to kind of show, okay, are we really taking this seriously? Like how it doesn't matter who we're playing. We should be playing like it's a team better than us, you know? So it'll be interesting to see if that fire is noticeable immediately or if we're kind of slow getting into it, because as we know, that has been one issue with this team on and off. It's been the slow starts. So we'll have to see if we can come out shooting on all gauges and just hoping that it's like we haven't had a break, you know. But on the other hand, you talk about the other teams have been playing. That's also could be a bit of a disadvantage as well. If they get in physical games, they get in rough games, they get tired, they get exhausted, they get injured. I mean, you want to talk about getting injured? I know it's the rumor or the stereotype, but Davis is not a relatively, healthy guy. So the more games they have to play before they get to us, the worse. So yeah, sure, they stay, fit, they stay ready. They're also working more, pushing their bodies more. So we'll just see. I mean, not going to make a difference.
No,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
that's everything I got.
Yeah, I feel like that's
all set.
Pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, we will be doing a reaction after the game. I mean, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory for us, but we'll be posting about it as well. So you guys make sure you tune in and check it out. But yeah, I mean, as always, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode going through the awards. Always a little fun thing to do, some lighthearted conversation, but then getting into some more serious stuff with the playoffs. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. And Joe, go ahead and send us home.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Shut up, baby, let's go!